Welcome back to Sheffield then for the start of our third final of the afternoon. This one is between the Swindon Topcats and the Kingston Diamonds in Division 1. I'm Adam Matman and I'm delighted to say I am joined by Queen Bees forward Megan Stouts and Whitley Bay Beacons forward and occasional coach of the Queen Bees, Louise Adams.
Well, thank you for having us.
Oh, absolute pleasure as always. You joined us for the game on Friday for the elite final, but a lot of familiar names on both these sides, isn't there?
Yeah, a lot of familiar names, and also I think we're looking at that Swindon team. They've played a lot of games this weekend so far, so definitely some tired legs. So hopefully their talent can pull them through this one.
Yeah, let's hope so. Nora Egri, number 9, is somebody you're familiar with. Obviously, number 12, Ellie Wallace, who's a big game player and the captain and leading scorer of his Topcats side. Zara Berwick with Guildford. Ellie Shaw, who's had a really good tournament so far as well. Amelia Williams, one of the best young defenders in the league. And the Diamonds, with most of these players, play in the Elite League too, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. It's almost a mimic of their elite team, minus some players, but also with the addition of Ruby Newlands.
Yeah, who is, well, one of your teammates at the Beacons, but often you'll play a lot of the games in the south and she tends to play a lot of the games in the north, so you've not often played on the same line, have you?
No, not very often, but there's been a couple of moments where we have shared the ice together and it's always a pleasure.
Absolutely, we are almost ready for puck drop then, but slight delay. Nice. It looks like Nora Egri's line is starting for the Topcats. But as you said, Louise, a lot of hockey played by both these sides already, particularly Swindon, and well, a lot of them are going to be involved in the elite final coming up next, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll let Megan expand on that.
Yeah, I mean, these girls have got a lot of ice time this weekend and they just keep pushing forward, so that's all we can ask of them.
It is, yeah, but I suppose that's the beauty of youth, isn't it? You've got all that extra energy to carry you through. I certainly couldn't play that many games all in one go. I struggle to commentate on them all as Nora Egri continues down this left wing side. Kits Robinson banks it off the board and it'll be collected by Ellie Shaw, who will drop back, who's had a very strong game already. It was her goals which booked Swindon's place in this final from yesterday. Good performance. I'm a little bit surprised actually it's took her so long to get a place in the Elite League, but she made her debut with the Guildford Lightning about a month ago and scored and got the Player of the Game award. But it's good to see players like that given an opportunity at the highest level, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think sometimes it can be dictated by their age as to when they can start playing, so I wonder if that was a factor there.
Yeah, possibly.
Just around registration being in January, so she would have had to register before then.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Lily Endicott will control. Grace Cooper, who's another good defender, who's had a really standout year for the Diamonds on both this Div 1 side and for the Elite League side as well, as Ellie Wallace looks to cut towards goal. But these two sides met at the semi-final stage last season, so they know each other well, and a lot of them also played in the 16s final, which the Diamonds won. So they know each other well, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's great to see so much young talent, both of which in the final.
Yeah. Ruby Newlands trying to use that burst of speed. Funnily enough, this is one of the quieter tournaments for Ruby. She's normally involved in at least 5 games. It's the second one of the weekend for her. But she was very busy last year with the Beacons as Ellie Wallace tries to push that one home. But good save coming in from Georgia Ashton, who will see a face-off then in the Diamond zone. That'll allow both sides to make the line change. A minute 48 played early on here, and we'll see the third line out there for the Topcats then. Ellen Roche will take the draw. Going to work back hard there. It's Eddie Shaw on the far side. Poked away by Marley Easton. Shot on the turn from Grace Cooper. It's a good effort. Marley, obviously one of the standout performers in goal this weekend and somebody you both know well from playing against in the Elite League.
Yeah, Molly has faced so many shots this weekend and has put out stellar performances every single game, and she just loves it, so always good to see.
It is, yeah. As Ellie Shaw looking to join the rush there. Erin Roche helping it on its way, and Grace Cooper will control. She'll hold on and switches the play out wide left to Kate Taylor. Sorry, to Melissa Veal even. She dumps in. That will allow the change to take place. Lee Shaw sends it across and then controlled towards Norva Egri, who's in space. They'll try and capitalise on this change here. Egri fires, it pops up off the blocker, but that fierce wrist shot from Norva, again, that you know so well from coaching her, Louise.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she's definitely a player that if you give her space in those areas, she can finish it. She's had some wonderful top corner goals this season.
She really has. Still on the attack here. Norva setting up the play towards Natalia Rolden-Merck. Gets Robinson, controls. Was with the Grimsby Wolves in Division 2 North a couple of years ago, but then switched to the Diamonds last season and worked herself into a leadership role as captain on this Div 1 side. Plays it forward to Zara Berwick, who's trying to get inside. Grace Cooper just positioning the body to prevent Zara from getting in on goal. But Zara, who's naturally a defender and plays so for the Lightning, but having seen her in the game yesterday in the semi-final, she's actually played well at forward.
Yeah, and last season at Guildford she played forward for me a couple of times. She really excels in both positions, so it's nice to see that there's utility players coming up as well.
Yeah, there is. I say, somebody you played alongside for a number of years at the Lightning, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's controlled on this near side. Lydia Lutwich shot on the turn. Mia Forbes will chase after it. But this is the kid line, as it were, on the Diamonds team, the second line with Ruby Newlands, Mia Forbes and Lydia Lutwich. A lot of firepower in there. Eddie Wallace trying to get the puck under control and then just cleaned out accidentally there as Ruby Newlands couldn't slam the brakes on quick enough. Controlled over on the far side by Ellie. And the Diamonds with time to send it around the boards with Ruby Newlands as her line goes back to the bench. Mia Forbes will carry in, and then she'll go back to her bench now as Grace Cooper carries in this time. Gets in behind Erin Roche. Eddie Shaw just letting her continue her momentum behind the net and protect the front. Comes out, that will allow the Topcats to push through, but nice play there by the Diamonds, just spotting the danger. It was Katie Payton who was back there, I believe. Lovis Tomlinson's line out there for the Diamonds then. Izzy Osborne on this near side. She's a exciting youngster who's just aged out of her 16, so she won't be playing for that Diamonds team next season, but played a lot of hockey in Division 2 North this year, and someone who looks like they've got a bright future in the game.
That's amazing. I mean, we love to see that. We love to see these kids coming up. We don't get to see much of them, especially when they're in the north and we're based down south. So
yeah,
it's great to have events like this where you get to see, I guess, the youth across the country and see what the future holds.
Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be a whistle on the play there for a penalty. From the Nottingham area, I spoke to her dad on a number of occasions when I've been down to Hull to do the Diamonds games, as it's Danny Newlove who's going to go to the box here. But yeah, exciting young player. I know Tim Heeland is excited to have her on the team and thinks that, you know, she has a good future in the game as well, and that's good to see. So a first power play of the game then, 5:49 in, and it's gone the way of Swindon as Norva Egri will control from the face-off. Grace Cooper sticking with her. Look back to Amelia Williams. Helped on its way by Norva once again. Ruby Newlands comes across. Works it into space and can blast it down the ice. And that's a side of the game that we don't often see at the Beacons, perhaps, with Ruby. Is she has quite a leadership role on this Div 1 side and very responsible on the PK, isn't she?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, I mean, I would trust Ruby with a lot more responsibility at any level, really. I mean, we see that from an international level when she goes away with GB, that she's more capable than keeping up with that kind of hockey. So I would give her that leadership role within this team any day.
Yeah, I'd say great to see. And Grace Cooper's somebody who's impressed me a lot this season. She seems like she's really took a step forward in her development this year.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of her, only when I've played against Kingston. But whenever I've seen her play, she's always come across as very solid and does very well in her positional play.
Yeah, nice layoff by Lily Endicott to feed Amelia Williams. Gets a shot off. It was really that partnership last season for the 16s which got Swindon to the final against the Diamonds, having gone 3 goals behind to the Baby Beacons, the Whitley Bay Beacons 16 side. It was that combination which got them into the final with the Diamonds, but to say a lot of players on both sides who was involved in that game. 7 minutes in we are now. I don't think the clock was actually stopped there, but that's going to be blasted down by Ketz Robinson. Zara Berwick on the far side will collect fans on it to begin with, just sticking on the ice a little bit for her, and Topcats switching the play, rink wide. Emma Comer will allow Leah Wallace to carry up the ice, a drop pass back to Comer, to Zara Berwick, who looks like she's playing on the point on this power play unit, which I suppose makes sense because although she's playing as a forward, she's got that defensive experience.
Zara's a great two-way player, so I think they can utilize her in any position and she'll always perform.
Yeah. Controlled on this near side by Leah Wallace. And then Lydia Lutwich behind the back of the net. Ketz Robinson helps it on its way. It'll mean they'll have to retreat, but it's actually in fact fallen nicely for Danny Newlove, who's going to advance, gets a shot off, and that wasn't far away from going inside Marley's glove side post, was it? I mean, that was a good effort from Danny cutting off that left wing.
Yeah, really good effort from her there. The way that she came in and went for that far side, that's quite often open, just went a bit wide for her.
Yeah. As Marley Drazy, who had a great game in the semi-final yesterday. Her post-game interview is up on Ice Maidens. For those who haven't listened to it, please do check it out, along with interviews from all the other games this weekend. Melissa Veal will carry on this right wing side, forward to Lydia Lutwich, trying to get some space for herself, but nice, really defending from the Topcats. They just seemed to close the door there, didn't they? Those 2 defenders, Amelia Williams being the main one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've spoke quite extensively about Amelia Williams. I think her positional play and the way that she skates is way above her age.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's frightening how good she is, actually, isn't it, for her age?
Absolutely.
It's somebody who's only ever going to keep getting better and better as well, which is good for a women's game. As Lily Endicott shot, rising effort, but she was trying to pick out that top corner, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was. And Lily has a dangerous shot as well, so hopefully she can get the next one in. Yeah,
it'd be nice for her and for the Topcats, as we're just over 9 minutes into this game. Still no score. It was a very close game in the semi-final last year between these 2 sides. That one went the distance. It went to penalty shots. And on that occasion, it was Marley Easton, who's racing back to the bench now for the extra attacker, because there's going to be a penalty call on the Diamonds. She was the hero in the shootout, making the saves, while Nora Egri was the one who scored the winning penalty shots. We'll get a face-off then at what will be in the Diamond zone. The players just going back to a bench here. There's a slight delay as we work out what's going on. But yeah, it looks like they're bringing the play. Did you get a good look at that, Louise, at penalty? Because I didn't really spot anything at the time.
I think it was just one of those ones where you're going for the puck, but you end up catching someone's foot.
Yeah.
It can be quite frustrating on the receiving end of that penalty, but I guess at the end of the day, she did impede Ellie's ability to move forward with the puck, so I would call that as a penalty as well.
Yeah, one of them sort of accidental ones, but like you say, it has to be called.
Yeah, no intent in it, but unfortunately still serves the same purpose.
Indeed it does, yeah. Not to get you into trouble here, but I'll notice actually you're very good at taking penalties where it's like where it's for good of a team. It's like someone's on a breakaway and you'll know you have to do like a tactical
dive.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to put a dive in there if I know that I can reach a player with it. But you do try and avoid the penalty. I mean, as long as you play the puck first.
Yeah.
Most referees wouldn't call that as a penalty if you take them out afterwards. But it's always a risk that you almost need to take, especially when they're in those dangerous areas.
Yes, yeah. It's a calculated risk. It's if you save the goal, but yes, you're on the penalty kill, but you've got a better chance of killing that off than you are of getting that goal back, I guess.
Yeah, and of course there's always a risk that it could go to a penalty shot if the ref feels that they had the chance to be alone on the net. So
yeah,
it's sometimes a bit more risk than just a 2-minute penalty.
True, very true. As Amelia Williams tried to set up Ellie Shaw there in the slot, but nice bit of play, just seemed to get away from her. She couldn't get a connection on it.
Yeah, I think Swindon though in general have been moving the puck nicely around the zone, and then I think you've seen Kingston catch them on a few odd breaks and odd man rushes, so different approaches from different teams.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. As Natalia Roldan-Merck with a draw. Ronnie Drazy going towards net there, but the Diamonds will clear. Almost 11 minutes played here at the start of the first period. Leah Wallace will control and help it on its way. Big sister Ellie will chase it down, gets in behind Phoebe Maffa. Control beyond the back of the net, trying to set it up into a front. Leah will stretch in control, switches a play out wide right. Fired in from the right wing position, and it's popped off the blocker, but back into play, and the Diamonds just about get it away into the corner with Mia Forbes, who will carry up the ice now. And she is a player to watch.
Oh, absolutely. She's a great little player.
Extremely talented, isn't she? And
yeah.
I mean, you was playing in that game at Whitley against Kingston when she scored that last-minute winner.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the speed that she's got, I mean, if you get a turnover anywhere on the blue line, she's leaving your D.
Yeah.
And she's alone with the net. And we know from experience that she can punish you in those areas.
Yeah, she can. Still playing in the 16s league this year as well, for which she scored a record number of goals.
Yeah.
She'll age out this summer, but still, it's an incredible achievement that she's playing the 16s Div 1 and the Elite League.
Yeah, I think it just shows how promising her future is in this sport.
Yeah, it really is. Dad Mike does a lot of coaching with the Diamonds as well. As carried forward by Grace Cooper. So Mia Forbes fired over the top of the bar. Well, opted to go early there, but I mean, it's got to be a good shot to beat Marley, isn't it, from that distance?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Marley, as we said yesterday and the day before, was all the games that she's played this weekend, but she's a phenomenal goalie. It's got to be either a very special shot or you've got to get in her face and take away her eyes to make those goals go in.
Yeah, Grace Cooper. Question of maybe Lois Tomlinson was offside there, but it was marginal. But it's controlled over on the far side. Swindon doing a good job of defending along the boards. Amelia Williams will control now. And then pushed out the zone by Izzy Oswin. Ketch Robinson will see the puck go around the board. She'll chase it down. And Swindon looking to control with Amelia Williams in that corner. Controlled on the near side by Hannah Squance, but Grace Cooper defends it well and will get back. Then the Topcats controlling it inside their defensive zone, and Ellie Shaw looks to carry it forward. Hannah Squance will chase after it, but Grace Cooper again defends the zone well, clears the puck. Amelia Williams will gather. Inside the final 7 minutes of the period, still no score, but the Topcats looking to go on the attack here. Nicely controlled by Amelia Williams, gets a shot off it. Again, puck just seemed to be running away off the stick there as she went towards goal.
Yeah, I mean, when there's traffic like that and you're trying to get around two players within close succession and you end up on your backhand and the puck far away from your body, it can be very hard to release a good shot from that. She did well to get it on the net and chased up her own rebound. There's not much else she could have done in that situation.
Right, yeah. As Nora Egri will take the draw out wide to Leah Wallace, banked off the boards. And tipped away by Ketch Robinson. Leah Wallace will control and chase down. Slight change to the lines today. Good to see Danny Newler back on the top line with Lizzie Saunders working well, and Ketch Robinson. It's like normally Kiana Tate would be playing on there, but she's unavailable for this weekend. But Kiana's somebody who I think's played really well this season, and like her work rate that she puts in, and she's proved to be quite a good defensive shutdown forward, particularly against the top players of the opposition.
Yeah, absolutely. She's a player that will work and give you 100% on all areas of the ice. A true definition of a two-way player. I think that suits Hall's game well. I would say they're a very high intensity team.
Yeah, I'd agree. It's Nora Egri who's looking to counter. It's nice end-to-end hockey here from the Topcats. That's going to be called for offside. I think maybe Zara Berwick who's been called for offside there, as we have a little over 5 minutes remaining in this opening period. But still no score, but it is interesting. It is opening up and chances for both sides here.
Yeah, I think so far it's end-to-end and both sides are looking pretty equal. So hopefully one side can break this 0-0 tie soon.
It will be good to see. We want to see some goals. But I seem to remember last year, I'm sure it was only 1-1. It ended and then it went to OT and then the shootout. But Ellie Wallace picks that one off and Marples try to set it up from the blocker side post. Diamonds get it away and they'll look to counter, but well read there by Miley Drazy. Ellie Wallace using the boards, will chase it down, but Grace Cooper gets there first. That's going to be a call on Ellie. I'm just going to say maybe she perhaps lent on her into her boards there.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I think that's quite a weak call. It might be down to the size difference, but I think it was more so that she was just competing for the puck and the other girl came off worse, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think it was a very weak call. I mean, it's not like she lined her up for a hit. It was just like a gentle lean and try to squeeze her a little bit, but which, I mean, happens hundreds of times in a game, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, and it kind of comes down to the ref's discretion on whether you played the puck first or not.
Yeah, as you say, it could well be just that Ellie's size worked against her on that occasion, but either way, it gives the Diamonds a chance to go on the power play for the first time inside the final 5 minutes of the game.
2 minutes for body check.
It's called it a body check. I think that's
Didn't
interesting call.
look like a body check.
No, it didn't look like one to me, no. But nonetheless, that's what the Stripes have called, and so the Topcats will have to deal with it accordingly as we get another whistle on the play. Face-off will take place outside of the Topcats zone then, with Lily Endicott matching up against Mia Forbes. Those two know each other well from previous games, of course, but also part of the GB Under-18 setup. As Ruby Newlands and Grace Cooper on the points. Switching the play out to Lizzie Saunders, banks it off the boards. Mia Forbes looking to pounce there, but well defended by Leah Wallace, who, amongst a lot of the young defenders that Swindon have, who are already on two ways with elite teams, as Lydia just shoots wide there. Leah doesn't play for an elite team, but she's easily good enough to do so, isn't she?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's quite hard to break into the elite league just because obviously it's a senior league, so you've got all this young talent coming through, but you've also got those older players that are so cemented in the league,
True.
Taking up those spaces. So for those young ones, it's a big compete to get that ice time and get that experience in the league.
Yeah, that's a fair point, actually. I hadn't perhaps considered that, but you know, you're absolutely right, as that one is covered up by Marley. We'll get a replay of that one there, but I mean, Kingston have gone close there, a couple of half chances, but nothing really to trouble Marley so far. Grace setting up the play from Gretzky's office. And yeah, she'll just smother that one. Danny Newlove waiting to take the draw. Got Lois Tomlinson to her right. And Kate Taylor, I think it is, to her left, who just ushers it back. It comes across to Olivia Turner, who is another good two-way player, can play forward and D. Usually plays forward for the elite team and D on the Div 1. That's going to be blasted clear then by the Topcats. That will allow them to push out with 3.5 minutes left in the period and about 25 seconds left on the Kingston power play. Played across, Miley Drazy. That's kept inside actually by the Topcats. Oh no, we've lost sight of it. I think it's gone up someone's shorts or...
It's stuck in her skate blade.
Oh, there you go, yeah. That's pretty impressive to get that in there, isn't it?
It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it always makes people smile.
Yes. So that will see a face-off just outside of the Topcats blue line. It's Kets Robinson who's going to go back to a bench, having taken that puck into a blade. Ellie Wallace standing up, ready to get back into action as the final few seconds, 16 left on the power play and just over 3 minutes left in the period. Nora Egri will collect the puck at centre red, look to advance forward. To the corner and cleared by Miley Drazy, kept inside by Ruby Newlands though. Swindon back to full strength as Ellie Wallace re-enters the game. There's a lofted shot just over the outstretched glove of Marley. But trying something a little bit different there, Ruby from distance, trying to set up the play in the corner. A one-timer from Mia Forbes, but Marley got a stick on that and just able to redirect it away from goal. Lizzie Saunders out the corner, trying to set it up towards Mia, but close defending there from Ellie Shaw, who stuck with her. And poked back towards the point, and Grace Cooper fans on it. Ellie Wallace lost sight of it for a second, and Nora couldn't get it over the line either. And Diamonds push it back in, but it's back with the Topcats and Miley Drazy, and across to Ellie Shaw, who will collect off the boards. Ellie will advance up the ice now. That will allow some of her teammates to make a change there. That's going to be a penalty. She was pulled down from behind really, but pretty obvious penalty that, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a very clear hooking penalty.
So that will put the Topcats on the power play. It's having just killed off that penalty themselves successfully. It's always perhaps a good time to get one back, isn't it? Because you've got a bit of momentum from killing that off, and you're looking to get your offense going again.
Yeah, hopefully they can build off of their momentum and see what they can do on this power play.
Yeah. Natalia Rolden-Merck will take the draw for the Topcats, but it's the Diamonds who will blast it around the boards. Leah Wallace keeping it inside on this near side. Grace Cooper, who's going to be a huge miss on this kill actually, because she's arguably this Diamonds team's top defender, or at least she has been performing that way in recent games, so they would prefer to have her on the ice for a penalty kill. Rolden-Merck will send it around the boards. Worked back, and then Danny Newlove, nice clearance, just took her time to angle that one out the zone. That'll allow the Diamonds to push out and the Topcats to retreat, as Leah Wallace will send it forward. Has to collect it back though, as the Diamonds defending well. I think it's Danny Newlove again with a clearance. Leah will advance and shoot. Big rebound. Natalia Rolden-Merck with the effort, but Georgia Ashton will cover that one off with a little over a minute, about a minute and 19 to go in the period. We'll see the replay coming up now, but nice work there from Leah getting forward.
Yeah, some big saves from Georgia Ashton as well.
Yeah, it was. As we'll see here, Leah's shot comes back off the blocker and then covering up that short side there with the follow-up shot from Natalia Rolden-Merck. Diamonds will clear. That will force Ellie Wallace to retreat. You can see Amelia Williams there as a passing option. Lizzie Saunders is going to close down her GB international teammate. Banks it off the boards, gets forward. Ruby Newlands blasts it down all the way into the corner. Inside the final minute of the period then, still no score, but the Topcats on a power play at the moment. Lily Endicott will go into the corner with Lizzie Saunders closing her down. Puck comes back out, and it will find Amelia Williams. She'll take it behind the net and look to carry forward. Lily is open on this left wing side, but she's going to carry it forward for the time being. Now she'll find Lily, who you have to delay. There's about 3 or 4 Swindon players just struggling that blue line to make sure they didn't advance ahead of the puck. Over onto the far side to Ellie Wallace. It's around Ruby Newlands. That long stick reach of Ellie's helping her out there. Just gives her an advantage, doesn't it, with players closing in on her. Makes it difficult to take the puck off her.
Yeah, I think they know to look out for Ellie, so they definitely mark her.
Yeah, and top goal scorer, point scorer for the Topcats this year. So, I mean, it's warranted that you would try and shut her down, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
We will get a face-off in the Diamond zone then, with all of about 4 seconds remaining in the period. And then we will get a short break. It'll be a 5-minute break. So we won't get an ice cut in this period. It'll be the one after. So shot comes in. She'll save that up with 2 seconds left. So that's ticking along towards this period's conclusion then. We'll get another go in that face-off circle over on that far side. And I mean, there's not much you can do in 2 seconds, is there? I mean, I suppose you can just about get a shot off, but it's got to be pretty quick release, hasn't it?
It would have to be very quickly, and a clean face-off win as well.
Yeah. I think the quickest one I've seen is with 3 seconds. But that will do it then. And we shall take a short break then. We'll be back with you in 5 minutes' time, so please don't go anywhere.
Right, I have to go. Yeah.
Welcome back to Sheffield then, where at the start of the second period we have the Swindon Topcats and the Kingston Diamonds in the Division 1 final. Joining me for this one is Louise Adams, after Megan has had to go back to prepare for her final, but delighted to have Louise for another period. And Louise, it's been a fascinating duel so far, hasn't it, between these two sides?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been back and forth. I mean, we've seen action at both ends. I think Swindon has maybe just trumped them on possession and control at the moment in terms of the quality of their chances. But all it takes is one goal.
Indeed it does, and Nora Egri will advance. A nice hands from her, gets a shot on the turn, big rebound. Pushed out by Georgia Ashton, but Swindon couldn't capitalise on it, and then that one shoots through the crease. There's going to be a penalty here. Is it going to be on Grace Cooper, having just come back out the box? It is. Well, that's a great way to start the period, isn't it? 18 seconds in, and the Topcats going back on the power play.
Yeah, that's not what you're looking for from Kingston to start your period off. To immediately go on that back foot is a tough position to be in.
Indeed, but that's what is going to happen, and yeah, it's going to be a tough one for them. Lily Endicott will take the draw then, with Nora Egri to her right and Ellie Shaw just slightly behind her. Ellie Wallace on the point with Amelia Williams. That's a pretty good power play unit, isn't it, by anyone's margins?
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of talent on the ice right now.
Ellie Shaw controls into a corner.
Kingston Diamonds number 36, Grace Cooper.
This is 4 of her members are going to be playing in the elite final coming up after this for the Queen Bees. So as coach, I suppose you're still taking notes, aren't you, while you're commentating?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's just knowing how to manage that. They're going into 6 periods of hockey pretty much back to back. It's no small feat, and it's just managing the legs and kind of maybe changing their approach to the game, where they maybe take a step back from skating it so much and start to work the puck and play in smart areas.
Yeah, as Ellie Wallace will control it forward. I mean, the likes of the more veteran players like Rachel Cartwright, Catherine Gale and Megan, who haven't had as many games this weekend. That's kind of, they'll be quite fresh in comparison, won't they?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I guess we look to them for their experience anyway, in terms of games where there's a lot of pressure. That's where they can really add, as well as their prowess on the ice. So
kick save coming in there from Georgia Ashton, one-timer, drilled low from Lily Endicott, who found herself in the mid-slot. There's a nice little build-up play there by the Topcats as they were weaving patterns in and around the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. They're moving the puck really well on this power play.
They are, but so far though, the Diamonds have been equal to them, defending well. Lydia Lutwich, quite a deep defensive position here on this PK unit. Shot comes in and cycled back round by Ellie Shaw into the corner. Nora Egri will gather it just ahead of Lizzie Saunders. Of course, as well, likes of Nora and Ellie and Lily all played against a lot of these Diamonds yesterday in that elite semi-final win.
Yeah, I know that speaking to a couple of them before the game.
Oh, it's in!
Oh, amazing.
Crashed home. We'll come back to that thought in a minute, Louise. But 2 minutes 11 in, and the Topcats convert on the power play. And, well, you could see it coming. You were saying some great play on the build-up play from the Topcats, and we can see it on the replay. And, well, talk us through it now.
Yeah, I mean, they took that shot and it was just sat out there. It's one of those positions where whenever a goalie moves, that 5-hole just slightly opens up. So it's a nice, smart positioning to try and tap that through.
Yeah, it was. Topcats with a lead. And sorry for interrupting you there, but you were about to say that you were talking to some of the girls.
Well, you can interrupt me for a goal anytime. I was just saying that some of the Swindon girls were concerned for this game because they knew that it's basically facing an elite side. It is the Kingston elite side minus some players, so they knew that it wasn't going to be an easy match.
Yes, pretty much it is, minus Katie Marsden and a couple of experienced D players, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Leah Wallace will control. To that far side, and Ruby Newlands, who doesn't play for the Diamonds Elite but does play Elite for the Beacon, so again that strengthens them in some respects, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And definitely a player that they'll look to produce in this game.
Yeah, they will. And again, because Ruby's relatively fresh, having not played as many games as a lot of the girls have this weekend, so they can use her.
Yeah, got to make the most of that fresh leg.
As Diamond's looking to get it away out the zone. It's kept inside. Amelia Williams banks it off the boards and around towards Emma Comer. Hits the side netting, it ripples, and control behind the back. Amelia Williams still in control. Switches a play out wide. Natalia Rolden-Merck will go across. And cleared then by the Diamonds as they look to slowly play out, just out of reach of Kate Taylor. Still with the Topcats then as they come forward. On, it's in, it's Lily Endicott who drilled it into the bottom corner. And again, it was just that turnover and the Topcats pounced.
Yeah, they caught them on a nice break there. Got them on an odd man rush.
See the replay here. Just out of reach of Kate Taylor, just behind her. Comes back off the boards. And then gathered in by Amelia Williams, who's done really well on this shift.
Yeah.
Centering pass to Lily, who was all alone in the low slot. She had time to pick her spot and drilled it low past Georgia Ashton on the blocker side.
Yeah, a really nice composed finish there.
It was, but I mean, we kind of expect that from Lily now, don't we?
Yeah, with her experience in the Elite League as well, and just the amount of games she's played this weekend, she should be pretty dialed in.
Yes, I'd say so, yeah. Warming up nicely for the final, we hope. And,
plenty of warm-up.
Yeah. That one goes into a corner. But yeah, I mean this Diamond side, they are missing some key players for this one. Kiana Tate unavailable, as we said, but also Jazz Little also for this weekend, who plays Elite. And obviously the injury to Jess Wooding, who's robbed them of what is a really top defender in the game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, even with those big names missing, they've performed great so far, and I think, to be fair, it's a shame they're not on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, as played forward by Phoebe Maffa, and we'll get a whistle on the play then, and that will drag face-off out the zone for the icing call. 4:42 played then early on in this second period. It's a 2-goal lead. I mean, the start couldn't have gone much better for the Topcats, really, could it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, from the fresh period, they started off strong, straight onto the power play, and they've managed to capitalise on 2 goals. Yeah,
I mean, you said there before, that's not the way you'd want to start a power play, is going on the PK, but I mean, that's exactly what you were talking about, wasn't it? When the Topcats used that and were able to score off it and then continue that momentum and get 2 goals to the good.
Oh yeah, massively. I mean, hockey's all about momentum, and that can shift at any point in the game, so it's just making sure that you're aware of when that momentum's shifting and getting on top of it.
Yeah. We'll get a face-off then outside the Topcat zone. 4:58 gone. We'll get a whistle on the play. The official's not quite happy with something there. Are they saying somebody moved too quick, perhaps? Or?
Yeah, or I'm wondering, she seemed to be speaking to Nora there, so I wonder if it was, again, the rotation on the face-off. It's hard to tell with face-offs, there's a lot going on at different times.
Indeed. Nevaeh Allsop gets it away. Collected by Lydia Lutwich. Backhand shot, but it's behind the backhand. I think she was eased away by Amelia, who took a stick. I think looked like she was holding her face for a second there, or neck area.
The neck, yeah.
But she seems okay. She shook it off and she's finishing the shift. So she's a tough little cookie, and she's carrying forward here. She's driving the rush. Can she finish? Oh, drives it low. Big rebound, but Georgia did well there because Natalia Rolden-Merck was coming in off that left wing position.
Yeah, she did really well to move on to that rebound quickly and track it and get on top of it before the pressure could come.
Yeah, see here, Amelia coming in. Sent the shot on net, big rebound, but yeah, quick reactions by Georgia, and there had to be. As we are 5:40 into the period.
Also a great job by Mia Forbes on that play. She got back and disturbed that shot from Amelia Williams.
Yeah, she is. She's a quick skater, as we mentioned before, but she does go up and down the ice, and showing that defensive side to her game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Works back to Leah Wallace. Return pass to Emma Combe. It's in front of her now. She just lost sight of it for a second there as Grace Cooper comes in. And then work back over onto the far side. Picked off and then banked off the boards as the Diamonds can push out. Fast skating Marty Drazy, another one of the, well, probably the youngest defender on this Topcats team, but another one with what looks like a bright future in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe that she's competed at conference in England, so it's good to see her competing at higher levels already, because it will be the paving stones to her moving up.
It will. She played really well in the under-16s final against the Diamonds last year, so to see how she's developed this year, it continues. Did an interview for me yesterday as well, and didn't have a problem with that, so great confidence, and yeah, another outstanding young defender in the game, which is great to see. We were going to face off on the far side then. Danny Newlove's line out there for the Diamonds. And looks like they're staying out, and it will be Nora's line for the Topcats. Ellie Shaw controls. So confident on the puck, isn't she?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's across the board. If you look at the Swindon defenders, they're all quite composed and confident.
Ooh,
I think Ellie Shaw and Amelia stand out particularly.
Yes, they do. They really do, as that shot comes in. And, well, it was probably not expected there. It sort of looped, didn't it, from the right wing, and Marley had to be alert. But, yeah, you're right. They are. I mean, they all love to get forward as well and join the rush. And Leah Wallace is another one who, when we've seen Swindon early on in the season when they've been short benched, she's not afraid to put in the minutes and get forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we see that with Zara playing forward today,
Yeah.
how that skill of stepping forward can even be transitioned into a new position.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible to think really that Zara, despite being still young herself, she isn't much older than these Topcats players, but she's got a lot of Elite League experience and played in 3 GB under-18 tournaments, hasn't she, at World Championships? So in that respect, she's gained a lot of top level experience. And
oh, absolutely.
Great player to have on your team. It's carried in on the far side by Nora Egri. Good defending by Grace Cooper, though. Banked off the boards. And then Grace Cooper forward. It's a shot off, but Marley gets her body behind it. Whistle on the play as some pressure was coming in, but a fierce drive there. Marley had to be strong to hold on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's one of those plays where the pass wasn't necessarily available to Ruby there.
Yeah.
And you've just got to try and get a shot on that and hope for that rebound to pop out.
You do indeed. As Mia Forbes will take the draw against Lily Endicott. Just over 8 minutes gone into his second period. It's a 2-goal lead then for the Topcats as Addie Wallace looking to break away here, but nice play as she tried to go inside the defender, but Diamonds recover now. Mia Forbes looking to go the other way. Lily Endicott trying to tie her up. There's going to be a penalty on the play. I think that's going to be on Lily, isn't it?
Yeah.
But kind of had to do something because Mia was away there.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those examples of, is it a good penalty? And I mean, at that point, Mia was looking extremely dangerous. So,
well, she would have got a shot off at least, wouldn't she? Whether
Yeah.
she scores a different matter, but she would have got a shot on net, as we know she would. But I guess only time will tell if they're able to kill off a penalty. You say it will be a good one to take.
Yeah.
So looks like we're going to have Ruby Newlands on the point, where she often plays on the power play for the Diamonds. Lizzie Saunders is out there. Lydia Lutwich is there too. Mia Forbes is going to take the draw, and Grace Cooper will complete this 5-player unit then on the power play. Ruby Newlands will control on these near boards, fires it towards net, come off the end of a skate of Amelia there, on its way through. Grace Cooper back to a point. Sends it to Ruby Newlands. Ruby will send it back. And then forward again. Oh, it comes off the skate of Lizzie Saunders, but Marley quick to see that and will smother it up. But, I mean, in that situation, that puck could have gone anywhere, couldn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that took quite a significant bounce. So Marley did very well to react so close to her.
She did indeed. As that comes back from the draw. It's Ellie Wallace who took it, and then Grace Gibbons to Ruby Newlands, came off the skates again, this time from Amelia Williams. She blasts it clear out of the past the outstretched stick, I should say, of Grace Cooper. Minute and 22 left on the power play, and almost 9 minutes now played in this second period. So Diamonds looking to get themselves on the board, and I mean, you feel really they'd have to try and get something off this power play just to get themselves back in it.
Yeah, like we were talking about, that momentum shift, it definitely would help it shift it in their favour and get them some legs behind them.
Yeah, a nice shot from distance from Mia Forbes, but that nice glove save from Marley. That was one for the cameras, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mia Forbes will take the draw. And so keeping this majority of this 5-player unit out there then. In fact, they are all out there. Putting all their eggs in one basket, so to speak, as Cooper out wide. But they're so familiar playing with each other, aren't they? With particularly Mia Forbes, Lydia Lutwich and Ruby Newlands, good friends off the ice, and they have that good understanding on their line.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if you look at how they're playing together when they're this young, as they develop through the programmes together, it will bode well for...
Just out, didn't fall right for Lizzie Saunders there, but she was in the back door, she could have put that one home.
Yeah, absolutely, that was a good opportunity.
But yeah,
it's those opportunities against Marley that you need to bury. They're the ones where you can capitalise on her.
Yeah, you have to move her off the line, don't you?
Yeah, you have to move her, you have to make the puck move faster than her, which is a challenge.
Because she's known as the wall, she fills the net, she's tall, she's big, but people, she's deceptively agile, isn't she? I mean, she makes some great saves and gets across her line very quickly.
Oh, absolutely, and her ability to just do those desperation saves, as they call them, to stretch out and really reach across the net, even when she's maybe slightly out of position, it saves her a lot.
It does. We've got a puck drop here then, or agree to take it. It's an offensive one for Swindon, so that eases the pressure on them with what's 20 seconds left on the power play for the Diamonds. We're past the midpoint of the game now. Lydia Lutwich will gather. But yeah, as we were saying about that line, Lydia, Mia and Ruby, I mean, that's very likely to be the future of GB senior women's in years to come.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, if they keep progressing in the way that they do, they could be very successful at that level.
Yeah. Ruby Newlands to collect.
Swindon to full strength.
So Topcats able to kill that one off. Dealt with it well, but to be fair to the Diamonds, they did generate a lot of offence and a couple of good chances there.
Yeah, they absolutely did.
Forbes carries in. And Swindon looking to get the break on, but very quickly pounced on by Grace Cooper. Controlled on the near side by Kate Taylor, who started her junior career with the Whitley Bay Beacons in their first year in the 16s before switching to the Diamonds last year. Comes back out, but Taylor's proved to be a good finisher of the puck when she's had some breakaways this season. Shot comes in and then again came off Marley's pads, I think, over onto this near side. Controlled by Amelia Williams. Nice hands from her, but a good poke check from the Diamonds. Breaking the play up. It was Olivia Turner who seemed to remember got player of the game in that Beacons Diamonds game we were talking about before when Mia scored that last minute winner. But again, another good two-way player for the Diamonds.
Yeah, and again, like you were saying earlier, a utility player. I've seen her play both forward and D this season.
Yeah. Yeah, the Diamonds seem to have a lot of those. It seems to be the ones who play D on one team play forward on the other, but it's all good experience for them.
Yeah, and I mean, in terms of when you're looking at that kind of international level or other teams, coaches look for players that can do both.
Yeah.
It's a great asset to have on your roster.
It is indeed, yeah. As cleared by Maffa and then helped on its way by Danny Newlove. Sent up along these near boards. And tips back in by Danny and then picked off by Miley Drazy. Finding Hannah Squants on that left wing, who this third line works well for the Topcats as well. Perhaps doesn't get as much of the limelight considering how much talent's on the top two lines, but we see Lizzie Saunders going into a corner there, but they work hard and bring a lot of energy to this Topcats team.
Oh, absolutely, and I think that's across the board really with the limelight. You get your goal scorers getting all the limelight, but sometimes those grafters that actually do win you the game and see the game out for you
Yeah.
don't get the recognition they maybe deserve.
Well, indeed, yeah. As Amelia Williams comes across, good challenge for a putt there with Lydia Lutwich, who's from a big hockey playing family. Two of her brothers played for the Blackburn Hawks, past and present. Controlled nicely by Ellie Shaw, and she shields it in the corner, needs a passing option, and it will fall nicely to Natalia Roldan-Merck, who winds one up, and it'll be taken in by Georgia Ashton. But yeah, some nice pass, because there was a lot of Diamonds defenders there where you thought one of them was going to pick it off, but the vision that she had there to pick her out.
Yeah, it's not easy to make those passes, but as we see, like if you can make those passes and get them through that traffic, it opens up a lot of space for your team. Yeah,
and it very nearly did. As we have just under 7 minutes left in this second period then. Amelia Williams sends it around the boards. Grace Cooper looking to get forward, Nora Egri trying to prevent her from doing so, and some good defending there by the Topcats preventing Grace from entering the zone. Zara Berwick steals a puck back and enters the zone. Takes it out wide and into the corner. Puck coming loose, but good work from Zara up in the corner, and then it comes back loose again as the Diamonds will look to counter with Mia Forbes, who's got Lydia up there with her. The puck will deflect off the skates of Ellie Shaw, who gets it under control, and then again forward. Controlled in the neutral zone again, and Ellie Shaw, in the end, Ellie Wallace. There's far too many Ellies in the women's game right now.
There is a lot of Ellies right now.
Yeah, I think there was 3 on the last GB team. Townsy was trying to explain all the different nicknames to me just to differentiate them. As that one is cleared, and that will go for icing then with just over 5.5 minutes left in the period. It's still a 2-goal lead to the Topcats. Yeah, there's all the Ellies and Amelias around, and it doesn't take much to confuse me, as you probably realise.
They've all just got to get used to answering to anything, I think.
Yeah. But it's always good as well, these playoff weekends, even the teams not involved, like the likes of Townsy and Abby Coulshaw, because the Beacons secured in 5th place in the Elite League, but they're still coming along to watch the games and support their friends. Oh, and it's in by Ruby Newlands, and that is a fantastic player, and well, that is one of the Beacons players who's not playing for Whitley today, but rifled that one home and showing us what Ruby can do. You'll see the replay here. She just gets going here, Ruby, doesn't she? Got great wheels on it.
Yeah, absolutely, and I mean, we see here she goes to cut in, makes the D turn their feet, tongues back.
Wow.
It's a great place to shoot on a goalie. I mean, that's very hard to stop at that height.
That's right. I mean, you know, I think Ruby's growth with the Beacons is her 3rd season she's been with us. It's been great to see. She captained the 16s last year, and she's just from what was a shy young girl when she first walked through the corridors of Hillhead. She's really growing into a bit more confidence now, and it's great to see when she can pull off moves like that.
Oh, absolutely, and I mean, you see that confidence both on the ice and off the ice. I mean, on the ice, she's someone that has great composure with the puck. Again, similar to Amelia, someone who has great composure above their years.
Yeah, she really does. Izzy Oswin is hanging back here as the Diamond's looking to get the puck loose. He was trying to get the break on perhaps, but Ellie Shaw will drop back and control. As Katie Payton will complete this line with Lois Tomlinson. Essentially the 4th line for the Diamonds, but if you can call it that, as Nora Egri works a nice bit of space for herself to get that shot off, and she's got one of the best wrist shots, hasn't she? The amount of power she can generate in them.
Yeah, especially for someone as small as herself. She can definitely get some power behind it.
Well, she won the Ice Maidens Goal of the Season award this year for her goal against the Beacons. So obviously limited in the respect that we only the games that we got the cameras at that we could see, but myself, Gary Sharp and 1 or 2 others were in agreement of what a great strike it was. So we presented her with a trophy just as the Ice Maidens Goal of the Season. and well, she probably could have a contest on her own in that category really as the puck comes through. But there will be one at presentation night for the Beacons goal of the season, as we started that last year. So we'll keep that secret until the night. We don't want to give any spoilers away.
I think I have some guesses about who it could be.
Well, yeah, one or two of your line mates might be included in that. So
that was where my guess was going.
yeah, well, you would think so. It's a smart guess. Abby Coulshaw ending as top scorer, and Townsy obviously some absolute worldies this season as well, as you'd expect. As Topcats players took a bit of a knock in the 3M balls. Is that Lily?
Yeah, it's Lily.
Oh, she got up relatively quick, so I hope she's holding her back a little bit, but she got up quickly enough, so hopefully she's okay, maybe just a little bit winded.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a good sign when they can skate off themselves.
It really is, yeah. It's, as a coach, you must be thinking, no, please, please not.
Feeling a bit protective about those Swindon players.
Well, you would, it's natural.
On a two-way.
Yeah. Topcats who just try and get it under control, but the Diamonds get it there first. Emma Comer came across, but it's Amelia Williams who comes out with it, finds Miley Drazen, and up on the far side, Ellie Wallace enters the zone. Poke check from Grace Cooper. Who else would you expect back there? She plays a lot of minutes for the Diamonds, and you can understand why. But I mean, next season when the likes of Jess Wooding's back fit from her operation, having her and Grace there, that's going to be another good deep pairing, isn't it, for both Div 1 and Elite? Yeah,
I mean, I think even if we look at Hull this year, I think when they've got their full team, they can challenge anyone.
Yeah.
So having more strength behind that, they're definitely going to be a danger.
They will, yeah. They obviously beat and took points off both Queen Bees and, well, probably on a more regular basis against the Vixens. I mean, they took 5 out of the 8 points off them, so I mean, one was an 8-2 hammering, wasn't it? So I mean, that's an incredible result. Shot blocked and carried out by Amelia Williams. But let's say to go to both Solihull and to Slough and beat both the two title contenders is, you know, they do it on a regular basis. So fair play to them. It's just showing that they are growing to be a force in the elite again.
Yeah, absolutely, and when they're on their A game, an extremely hard team to play against.
Yeah. Do you think that's probably the only thing stopping them from being a main title challenger is just the consistency?
Yeah, absolutely. I think like consistency in terms of who's playing. They have a lot of variation in their lineup.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I certainly wouldn't be excited about facing a full lineup of Kingston players.
No, no, you wouldn't. I mean, they're probably, in many ways, they're probably the last team you want to face in the playoffs, aren't they? Because you just don't know what to expect from them.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're well known for winning those big games when pressure's on.
Indeed. Leah Wallace gets the puck. We're inside the final 3 minutes of his second period. It's almost put home there by Natalia Roldan-Merck. Shot on the turn is blocked by Lois Tomlinson, and then it ripples the outside of the net. Is regained by Natalia Roldan-Merck, who I believe is a Canadian-born player, and she loses her footing as she tried to control the puck, and it's carried out there by Phoebe Maffer and then chased down by Leah Wallace. Apologies if my voice does start to break out. It's or break up rather. It's game 12 of 13. A lot of hockey in 2.5 days. As a shot just behind the back of the net inside the final 2 minutes of this period. But yeah, I mean, this game's still fascinating.
Yeah, so I mean, I think Georgia Ashton's playing extremely well. I think she's getting tested quite a lot, especially in this last 5 minutes. Swindon have really piled on that pressure.
They have indeed. Face off to be taken by Danny Newler for the Diamonds and Lily Endicott for the Topcats. So both sides top lines out there now. As we'll get a whistle on the play. Officials again not happy with the puck drop, but a lot of senior referees, assessors up here as well, who've spent the weekend up here in the media balcony. But it's great that again these weekends, Louise, attract the top officials, not just in this country but internationally as well. And obviously Zora Gotlebet, one of your four. Oh, it's in by Leah Wallace. We'll come back to that in a second, but the shot from the high slot, and that was a great finish there by Ellie Wallace.
An absolutely great finish there. I mean, that's what she can do when you put her in those dangerous areas.
Indeed it is. With just less than 2 minutes in the period, we'll see the replay coming up now. That's Ellie there who's controlling it and then switching direction. But that long reach again, and she's just able to steer it into a top corner, but a goal of her own making, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, some lovely skating as well there to create that space for herself.
She did indeed. Minute and 37 seconds to go in the period. Yeah, just going back to what I was going to say there before, Louise, it's your old line mate Guildford, who was when the Lightning won the playoffs 2 years ago. Zora got the bet, a final game in this country for the Lightning as well before she went back to Hungary, but returns every year as an official, and I think there's 2 Hungarian officials this year. But it's great that you can attract those officials to come here for this event.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think that's credit to Faye. I think she's put all that in place. Obviously being a referee herself, she was speaking to me earlier saying how she makes sure that we have licensed referees, so licensed within the IHF for this tournament, just to make sure that quality is there. Yeah,
she demands the best, as the women's game should get, and that is great to see, and as you say, Faye works very hard to ensure that as Grace Cooper continues and advances into the zone. But I mean, that's come at a good time for the Topcats to restore that 2-goal advantage, because Ruby's goal would have really set up a... Oh, it's in though! Scratch that, as Mia Forbes makes it a 1-goal game then, with 56 seconds left in the period. So it is going to be a 1-goal game. And this has really come to light in these last couple of minutes.
Yeah, absolutely it has. And I mean, what a way for Kingston to answer from that goal.
Yeah, what I was about to say was Ruby's goal would have certainly made it game on in that final period, and then Ellie's goal makes it back to 3-1. It's a bit of a... kills that momentum, doesn't it? But straight away, as you say, an instant response, and well, momentum's with them again.
Yeah, absolutely.
We will have a face-off then, and get the game back underway. Mia Forbes, who we mentioned before, Louise, that's a great finisher, and you don't give her chances like that.
No, absolutely not. I mean, that was a tough angle to score a goal from, especially where Marley was already on that side of the net, so she must have found a nice little gap there that she could spot out. Yeah, good shot from Ellie Shaw, turned aside by Georgia Ashton. Good use of that left pad, as Grace Cooper will advance. The Diamonds have time to net another one and tie it up before the period's over. So not a bad pass there by Mia Forbes there, just to try to play it in the back post, but it did cause the Swindon D a lot of problems there. Yeah, absolutely. It was one of those bobblers that just almost the hardest ones to control. They are indeed. Played over onto that far side. Last few seconds then. Topcats will clear the zone. But this is the end of the zone. That will do it then. Well, 3-2 game, but you're not going to be here for the final period, Louise, but thank you for joining me for the first 40 minutes. But well, I'm sure viewers back home will want to see more of this. Oh, absolutely. It's going to be an exciting third period. Lots of action yet to come. Indeed, so please do stick around. We're going to take a 15-minute break as we cut the ice, but please don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Sorry folks for missing the first few seconds. We were led to believe that the ice would need a few moments for the water to come off. Grace Cooper controls then. And the Topcats just by centre red line. Nora Egri
controls and then shoots on net, I should say. But a quick release by Georgia Ashton. Mia Forbes switches the play out wide, but Amelia Williams keeps it inside there and then banked off the boards by Phoebe Maffer. Grace Cooper, who comes in towards the near side, tries to carry out, but good play by Marty Drazy, who shuts the door there and prevents the puck from coming out. Very Abby Sylvester-like as she executed that play. And then Ellie Wallace even looks to cut back onto a forehand, went for a shot. It was a lovely turn of direction and pace there, trying to pick out the top shelf blocker side. Ruby Newlands and batting away in the corner, but Topcats looking for that quick transition game here. It's 3-on-2 rush here. Olivia Turner can't stop Lily. She goes towards goal and scores. And to be fair, that is a fantastic finish by Lily Endicott, her second of the game. But that was a thing of beauty, and that restores the Topcats 2-goal lead. We see the replay coming up now. But coming back off the boards, Lily just going up a gear there to make sure she got to that puck first, goes past Olivia Turner, who's a very good defender, and then around Grace Cooper as well, and she fires over the glove of Georgia Ashton for a 4-2 Topcats lead. Just over 2 minutes played in this third and final period then. Zara Berwick will control. Oh, it's a hat-trick. I thought she'd just got 2, but it's been confirmed as a hat-trick then. Amelia Williams will get an assist on that.
6 seconds. That's goal 4 for Swindon. Score 41 from 25 at 42-06.
Over on the far side, the Diamonds will push out. Was controlled by Ellie Shaw. Fires in on net, and then that will be saved by Georgia Ashton. She'll hold on. So we'll get a face-off remaining in the Kingston zone then. A couple of personnel changes. The Endicott with the draw. But just staying on the blue line there. Battle in the corner. Danny Newlove trying to work it. Sorry, it's yes, it is Danny Newlove in the corner, but in a much deeper position, almost in a defensive position. Over on the far side, controlled. And a nice pass into his own, but couldn't get there quick enough, and it will be an icing call on the Topcats then. So after that bright start, Diamonds can now look to build something in the offensive zone. 3:40 played in this third and final period. Straight back into the offensive zone with Ellie Wallace. In the corner. Nice lofted pass to Mia Forbes. Good defensive play there by Amelia Williams. A little shuffle from the skate blade to the stick. Over that far side, Mia Forbes shoots on the turn and then put aside by Marley Easton. Forward towards Lydia Lutwich, who banks it off the boards and into the corner. On that far side, Nora Egri will enter the zone then. Looking to get in behind Olivia Turner, went short side though, and it's gone in. It was Nora Egri who went towards net. I don't know what happened. I think maybe she might have banked it off the back of Georgia's legs and they've gone in, but a clever piece of improvisation there. And we'll see on the replay here, maybe that will shed some more light on it, but Nora Egri stroking the puck forward and two Diamonds players collide there. And Nora Egri collects off the boards, cuts inside, bit of a hook there perhaps, but she, oh, it's a lovely little backhand to forehand, and she squeezed it home short side underneath the glove. And a 5-2 Topcats lead then.
Number 5 for the Swindon Topcats.
Confirmation then on Nora Egri's goal.
Nora Egri.
Work back to the low slot, poked away, diving save by Marley Easton, nets off, and she doesn't realise that. In fact, she's well off now. She'll have to move it. The whistle's gone. Ellie Shaw gets an assist on that goal then. It will keep the face-off inside the Topcat zone though, at a good diving save by Marley Easton there. And the draw then, Danny Newlove and Lily Endicott dueling it out. Phoebe Maffa on that far side. Lily Endicott winds one up, it's edged away by Georgia Ashton's blocker. Ellie Wallace forces another save. I think that come off the top of the blocker, just seemed to pop off the top and go over. We're going to face off on the far side then. Into a corner. Rosie Saunders, who's been kept relatively quiet by the Swindon D, just about kept inside by Millie Williams, who rifles that one, but a good glove save by Georgia Ashton then. 6:16 played in the final period. Topcats with a 3-goal lead now. It's their largest of the game. Forbes over to Ruby Newlands. Shot on net, but it banked off the legs of Marley Drazy. And Ruby Newlands still continuing to battle here. Marley gets it away, Lily Endicott forward. Ellie Wallace sends it around the boards. Fighting on net, big kick save there by Georgia Ashton. Ellie Shaw. Back to Ruby Newlands. Chase down in the corner and then takes a weird bounce back out to Lydia Lutwich. Ellie Wallace. Well, sorry, no, Leah Wallace, in fact, coming up from the back, trying to stretch to get that one away, but a move very reminiscent of a big sister. Oh, that's going to be a trip there. Lydia trying to break the play up and accidentally caught Nora Egri and brings her down. So that'll be a power play to the Topcats then. face-off then inside the Kingston zone. 7:33 gone. At the end, they've got to take the draw. We'll find Ellie Wallace, who winds one up. That's trapped underneath the pad there of Georgia Ashton, so that will burn a couple of seconds off the penalty clock, to all of 3 seconds in fact, and we shall get another face-off from a similar position.
2 minutes, tripping at 47:33.
Goes up into the flexi. Comes all the way back down for Amelia Williams to control. Ellie Wallace, nice take from behind onto a forehand. So they reach a Grace Cooper, works it back. And the puck comes back out. It will be Amelia Williams who will control on that far side. Challenge there by Kingston, who tried to, it was Lizzie Saunders in fact trying to force the turnover on the forecheck. But I'd say the Diamonds should be happy with the way they've dealt with this penalty kill so far. As sent around the boards. Nice little take from behind her back there, Ellie, who's the player's gone down in the corner. It's Natalia Roldan-Merck. It's going to be a second penalty on the Diamonds end, so there'll be about 49 seconds of 5-on-3. It's going to be Danny Newlove, I think, who's going to be led away there. I think it was more like she just slid into the corner and collected her opponent. I don't think it was particularly a bad challenge. And but either way, it means that Swindon have a 2-player advantage then for what is almost a minute. 8:44 played in this third and final period, but Topcats with a bit of breathing space here then, and Swindon manage the time nicely, you would think, as over these next couple of minutes with this second power play. Body checking is the call then. Natalia Roldan-Merck, who was the player brought down, she's going to take the draw. She's got Emma Comer to her left, who she was trying to find. That's going to be a hook maybe. Got caught under the arm of Olivia Turner, but it's been released. But shuffled towards the net. It's going to be covered up by Georgia Ashton. She'll hold on. Georgia, who's had a busy weekend.
48-44.
It's her third game over the last couple of days. Work back to Leah Wallace, who fans on the, well, say that had a shot blocked rather than fans, I should say. Wrong choice of words, as that's clear. Kept inside though with a nice strong backhand from Zara Berwick, who winds one up. We know she can shoot from there. I've seen it myself at Guildford this season at the Spectrum, where she rifled one in, and it beat Whitley Bay Beacon's goalie and earned her side a point. As Grace Cooper looks to counter now, ease the pressure on her goal. If she can take it into a corner, she's going to go for a shot though, and it's tipped over by Marley Easton. Lydia Lutwidge back on the ice, so back to 4, but she's just cleaned out her own defender by accident. She's caught Grace Cooper high up. That was obviously unintentional because well, on the same team for a start, but neither of them were looking at each other, and it was just an unfortunate collision. But that's caught Grace high up, and Lydia obviously showing some concern for her teammate. She's in some pain, which isn't nice to see. But camera's obviously staying off for Grace's privacy, but the medic's going over to see her. You've got to be so careful, particularly with any contact in the head, which it did look like she was just caught there. As I say, neither of them looking at each other, so neither of them expecting it. But Lydia obviously checking in on her teammate. That's not what she wanted, of course. And Ketch Robinson there as captain. She's staying there, and the 2 medics as well on the scene. But it's gone very quiet in here, and we do hope Grace is okay. Danny Newloves is still in the box, so she has, I think, exactly a minute left on her penalty. I think Lydia had literally just come back onto the ice and was trying to rush back into the offensive zone to try and keep some momentum going, keep the puck in there, and just once you come out the box and onto the ice, pretty much just want to make an impact. And unfortunately, she just collided with her own defender. So we shall see what goes on here. There's another couple of officials or medics coming out now, but the officials having a chat as well, just running through perhaps what they saw or another incident in the game. But we are just waiting, and all I can say is right now there is about 4 medics all having a look. There's a wave as well from Nikki Goodwin, who's one of the medics and also plays for Telford Wrekin Raiders, asking for somebody to come over and have a look. Yeah, there's another medic being helped over by one of the referees. But yeah, I can't give you any more updates at the minute. All I can say is that there's plenty of people looking at it calmly, and there's another medic's brought up. But all I can say again, it's the primary point of contact did look like it was Grace's head that got caught. Not sure if it was the arm of Lydia or it was the stick. Yeah, it's caused, as you can imagine, a bit of a delay here while she is attended to. But all we can hope is that she is okay. We don't want to see anyone hurt. Looks like we might be just bringing some water out to her. So, no, that's just the officials. So yeah, pause in play, as the caption says, almost at the midpoint of the period, about 10:15 to go. It's a 5-2 lead to the Swindon Topcats. But coming up next for you, and the conclusion of this game will be the Elite League playoff final between the regular season champions, the Queen Bees, and the runners-up and last season's champions, the Solihull Vixens, for which I understand that game will be the last game for a number of those players. So it'll be sad, it'll be the end of an era, whatever happens. Yeah, it looks like it might be Grace's back that they're looking at now, or her neck maybe, but physio's talking something through. Yeah, it might be her back. Might have been when she landed awkwardly. I can see she's moving her left arm, which is positive. We're looking like we're going to turn her onto her back. I think that's what we're saying. Yeah, they're rolling her over. Yeah, she's moving her legs okay, which is another good sign. But obviously we're going to have to go through the correct protocol here and make sure she's okay. We don't want to move her and cause any further injury. Have to be so careful, particularly if it is a neck or back injury. But we'll keep you informed. As I say, we are keeping the camera off Grace for her privacy and respect. But as you say, there's 4 medics there looking at her. And so we're just running through some tests, but I are bringing a stretcher out. But it's been a really good tournament for Grace. She's put in some great performances. We were talking before with both Louise Adams and Megan Stout just how good a season she's had, and in many ways it's been a breakthrough season. She's always been good, but she's particularly stood out this year. I think she's just took a massive step forward, and playing next season, it'll be good to see her develop even further. But they have brought the stretcher out there now, so perhaps they just don't want to risk any further injury in case they do have to do further tests, but we do hope Grace is okay. Keeping her very still right now. But I mean, it's well, apart from a couple of incidents yesterday, it has been relatively incident-free, thankfully. So I haven't needed a stretcher up until now. But as I say, all we can hope is that Grace is okay. We'll keep her as comfortable as possible. And they are going to slide these two yellow sort of paddles almost as it comes together as like a stretcher, as they use these days. Yeah, we are just continuing to make Grace comfortable, and they are going to put the sort of paddle stretchers underneath her, make her as comfortable as she can be. Yeah, I would suspect their concern would be that it is a back or neck injury, which is why they are bringing the stretcher out and being so careful with her. You see, it did look to me like she was caught high up, and if it was her head that was caught, it might have just jarred her neck, and that might be the worry. And particularly her limbs were moving perfectly fine when they moved her, so I would suspect it wasn't so much a back injury as more of the neck, but so you have to be so careful. There's 7 medics there, plus 2 officials, keeping an eye on proceedings and what's going on. Looks like they're just strapping her legs to the stretcher now. So while they continue to make Grace comfortable and get onto a stretcher, it's been a thrilling game, this one. It's a 5-2 lead to the Topcats now. It was 3-2 at the end of the second period, but 2 goals from the Topcats pretty early on has increased their lead and made it a comfortable scoreline. Lily Endicott completing her hat-trick, and then Nora Egri with a great bit of improvisation at the back post on the glove side, increasing that lead to make it 5-2. Swindon, who faced the Diamonds in the semi-final stage last year when they finished 2nd and 3rd respectively, you always felt that those two would be the ones that would be battling out for the title and the trophies this season, and that proved to be the case, finishing 1 and 2 in the regular season this year. With the Whitley Bay Beacons in promotion last year, it paved the way for that essentially to happen. And we saw I'll try it again. It's been a long day, folks. Don't judge. with Whitley earning promotion, we fully expected both Swindon and Kingston to compete for the honours this year, and it proved to be the case. And they have met in the final again, but also a lot of these players on each side played in the under-16s final last year between the Kingston Diamonds and the Swindon Topcats. So a lot of players familiar with one another have matched up with each other over the years, and I would guess the vast core of that group will do the same over the coming years. But Swindon, who missed out on promotion, if they are to secure this playoff, that will complete the double, having won the regular season as well, and that's something to take away, which I'll be pleased about. Looks like we are in a position to lift Grace up now onto the main stretcher to wheel her off the ice. She has been secured in the air. I have put like a brace, an orange brace type piece of equipment around her neck to protect that. But she looks comfortable now, which is the main thing. Yeah, we're lifting her now onto the main part of a stretcher, and it looks like she will be able to be wheeled off the ice and be attended to. And we obviously all wish Grace the best, and we hope that it isn't a serious injury. They are now starting to move the main sort of trolley part of the stretcher, and they are starting to move Grace from the ice. So as you can hear, a round of applause from all around the crowd. And she looks comfortable enough. Her arms are folded across the middle part of her body. But, so hopefully she's okay. I'm sure she'll go off to the hospital for x-rays, which is what they're thinking. And hopefully those test results will come back with the best possible news. But, players who have gone back to their bench, and they'll be resuming the conclusion of this game. There's 10:15 to go. A little bit of time left on a power play as well on Danny Newlov's penalty. I think a full minute, which I'd forgotten about because obviously thoughts have been elsewhere, but she is just towards the gate to where they can remove her from the ice surface now. So again, we wish Grace all the very best, and she's had an outstanding tournament and not the way she wanted it to end. I'm sure of that, but we wish her all the best. And again, another round of applause as she's led away from the arena. Close the gate, and the officials have blown the whistle, so that saying that the players can now return.
Thank you for your patience, and we wish the injured player well.
So we'll get a face-off then outside the diamond zone. Lily Endicott is going to take the draw. McGinley, done it again. Amelia Williams even setting the play going. It's going to be obviously, after you've seen that happen, particularly to one of your own teammates, it's not nice, and having to get yourself back into game mode can't be easy. But players just want to obviously probably get this game finished with and over with, and check and see how their teammates doing. But Nora Egri there carrying it in. Nice forehand to backhand, tried to play in. Ellie Wallace is picked off and banked off the boards and away. We're past the midpoint of the final period and inside the final 10 minutes. The Endicott controls with Mia Forbes closing in, striking the puck out wide. Olivia Turner, so Kingston back to full strength, killed off both those minor penalties then, which given the circumstances have done very well. Ellie Wallace carries it in and sends it around the boards. Comes off the skate of Emma Comer as she chases that one down, and then Miley Drazy will get in behind Kate Teller. She'll hold on, and then quick hands will dump it into the zone. Into a corner, Lilia Lutwich, who looks like she's going to go on to D. Has been dropping deep earlier on. It looks like she's going to be used perhaps in Grace's position, because Grace had a very important role on the team in terms of carrying the puck forward, as that's going to be called for offside on the Topcats. I'll probably ask Lydia to fill in for her teammate. Already short coming into this weekend on D, who lost it, or had a couple of players unavailable. So we shall see. Comes in, big rebound off the post. Out wide. And the Topcats carrying in then. Attempted wrap around, tried to feed it to a low slot where Zara Berwick was there, waiting ready to put home, but it's going to be a hook-in call, this time on Melissa Veal of the Diamonds, with just under 8 minutes remaining in the game. Ran early there, I think Lily moved, but they'll go again. Amy Campbell dropping the puck. And blasted clear by the Diamonds, which is exactly what they needed to do. Amelia Williams will chase it back, which will leave Ellie Wallace to do so.
2 minutes for hooking.
Confirmation of that hooking penalty then. As Ellie Wallace continues to carry her puck forward. Nicely played in towards Amelia Williams.
52-06.
Cross and then gathered by Ruby Newlands. Cut out by Lily Endicott. Centured past to her towards the slot, but taken away by Newlands again, who switches back onto her forehand and then carries it forward. Nice little drag back before she released the shot, and Ruby, really exciting player to watch, especially when she gets into full flow like that, as Lydia Lutwich can quite control. Ellie Wallace will look to break. It's 2 against 1. She's got Nora Egri with her. Ellie's going to go it herself and shoot, and then the follow-up's put in, but without as much power, so easily dealt with by Georgia Ashton, as we have a little over 7 minutes remaining now in the game, and 1 minute and 7 seconds left on this latest power play for the Topcats. Blasted clear by Lizzie Saunders. Controlled in the corner now by Leah Wallace. Emma Comer helps it on its way. Nicely controlled by Sarah Berwick, who's dropped back in a deeper position, which she does normally play on the point on the Topcats power play unit. Well blocked. Played out wide, but nice work from Emma Comer, who's does a lot of the unselfish work to help out her teammates. Leah Wallace will control and carry in, just waiting for Natalia Rolden-Mert to get back on side, but Mia Forbes regains possession. Kingston back to full strength then, with just under 6 minutes remaining in the game. Ruby Newlands, nice drop of her shoulder to advance, is almost a practice feel about this game now. The Topcats with a match-winning lead, you would feel at this stage, and obviously given the stoppage and the circumstances around it, it's a much subdued atmosphere in here now. I think both teams just want the game to be over with. You get that impression, and you never like to see a player leave a game in that situation. As I say, we do wish Grace all the very best in those results when she gets to the hospital. We hope it's positive news. Nice work back. As Eddie Shaw goes close to goal. 5:16 to go in the period. So face off to be taken by Lily Endicott. Against Danny Newlove, is it? Oh no, Mia Forbes even. Lydia sends it around the boards to pick out Ruby Newlands. Punt off the boards from Ruby towards Mia. Who races down the left wing, fires, but blocked well by Amelia Williams. Puts it away. Pokes forward. Inside the final 5 minutes of the game then. Eddie Wallace will control, goes it alone, drifts out wide, centering pass, try to feed Lily Endicott for what would have been her 4th goal of the game. Amelia Williams. Flex off Lydia Lutwich's leg and away. Centering pass, picked off by Lydia once more, but then well worked on that far side by the Topcats and Flo Sherman, the number 28 on that right wing. Back they go down the other end of the ice then. Controlled by Olivia Turner. Lizzie Saunders it was who sent the puck over into that other corner. We've got 3 minutes 20 remaining in the game. Danny Newlove keeping it inside the zone to feed Lizzie Saunders, and then Diamond still keeping this move going. It's a nice pass to Danny, who just steers that shot wide, but not far off Marley's glove side post. Taken by Zara Berwick, who will carry the puck up the ice on this left wing side, winds one up and finds the back of her net. Goalie saying Georgia Ashton's looking, there's a bit of confusion here actually. I heard hit the goal, yeah, it has gone, and the light never came on. There was a massive cheer, and the Topcats haven't celebrated, but I think they're not sure what's gone on, but so there is some confusion. The officials are going to discuss it. Perhaps we'll see the replay here. It's certainly, yeah, they are celebrating the goal now. It did sound the way that Zara struck it as she's carrying in on her left wing like it had hit the back of the net. You can see there, winds one up. Yeah, clips the inside of the post and in, unless they're saying it clipped the post and come back out and hit Georgia Ashton's back, but then it might have then ricocheted off and gone over the line. I don't know, we couldn't see from that camera angle, but looks like the officials have gone over to the goal judge. The light never came on once. That's the only thing. So we are still discussing it, whether it's gone in or not. Maybe we'll get an answer here, but I'm guessing it's going to be disallowed because the goal judge never put his light on. for me says that he didn't think it went in, but and if the officials are going to go off that advice, which why wouldn't they if they've just gone over there, then perhaps it's not going to be given. But it was a fantastic shot by Zara Berwick. We're watching it again here. Zara collects the puck in her own zone, carries it down this left wing side. Olivia Turner colliding with Nevaeh Allsop, I think it was, and then gets a shot off. It definitely comes off the fingertips of the glove of Georgia Ashton. She thought she had it, and it clips the inside of a post. We don't see where it goes after that, but one would assume it does go in. It looked like it had just snuck inside the post. No goal. So we are going to get a face-off in the offensive zone, but Zara Berwick scoring a great goal that never was then, but it remains a 3-goal game inside the final 3 minutes of this period. Mia Forbes with a draw. Ellie Shaw. She'll hold on to it. Switches the play forward, picked off by Lydia Lutwich, who will send Mia Forbes away down that left wing side into a corner. She's got time to send it back across. It will go rink wide, back off the boards, and then fall for Natalia Roldan-Merck. Kate Taylor will dump in and give chase inside the last 2.5 minutes of the game. Ruby Newlands controls, nice hands from her. She works some space herself, cuts back inside. She's going to think about a shot, or she's just going to hold on here. Comes off the foot of Zara Berwick and back out. And then back into a corner. 2 minutes to go. Forward and helped on by Natalia Roldan-Merck, who's had a good tournament. Linking up well with Erin Roach. Chased down by Lizzie Saunders, but Miley Drazy gets there first. 90 seconds to go. Swindon getting ever closer to getting their hands on that trophy, that playoff trophy, to go with the regular season championship that they got as well, clinched a couple of weeks back. And they're going to have to build a bigger trophy cabinet at the Link Centre in Swindon then, as the Topcats continue to impress and collect trophies. Controlled by Miley Drazy. Thought she was going for a stretch pass and then picked off there by Kate Taylor, and then the shot just wide from Ruby Newlands. Inside the final minute then, 45 seconds to go. Edging ever closer, Marley makes a save, helps it on its way. Into a corner now, 30 seconds to go. The Topcats then just seeing out this last few seconds. Emma Comer will help it on its way out the zone. Diamonds regain possession with Ruby Newlands, collects at centre red, looks to cut back inside, nicely dealt with by Flo Shermer. Breaks the play up, 14 seconds to go now. Sorry, 10 seconds to go now. And a cacophony of noise is building then, as the Topcats are going to be crowned champions of the playoffs. That will do it then. Marley flies, equipment flies off her as the gloves and blocker goes. Congratulations to the Swindon Topcats. They make it a double, just like the Whitley Bay Beacons did a year ago, just like the Bristol Huskies did 2 years ago. The regular season champions follow it up with the playoff championship as well. 5-2 win, and well deserved in the end. Kingston pushing them close right up to the first 40 minutes, but those 2 goals early on in the period seeing the Topcats move ahead. We will stay on air for the post-game presentations, the Player of the Game Awards, the All-Star Awards, and of course the playoff trophy itself. So we shall see how those votes will be counted. But both teams going through the handshakes then. So the handshakes continue then with the officials, but at this point, this is where I usually talk about the Player of the Game awards. I think with her hat-trick, Lily Endicott should be in consideration for the Swindon Topcats, to be fair. So I would say that she deserves that. And for the Kingston Diamonds, I would have probably said Grace Cooper again, who's had a really strong tournament. Ruby played well going forward. So we shall see. It will be a difficult one to decide as always, but we will stay on air to bring you these awards, as I say. One more game to go then, number 13 of 13 in this mammoth weekend of women's finals action. Danny Newlove coming across here to join Kets Robinson and Lois Tomlinson, the leadership group of this Division 1 side. Laura Egri coming forward for the Topcats, and we are just waiting for the Player of the Game awards, which the officials have now brought over and will be announced in due course. But well, slightly subdued ending given the injury situation to Grace Cooper, but it was a thrilling game throughout, and two really good sides matching up once again. What price on these two teams meeting at the playoffs next season?
Several presentations to make, and of course, the first one.
The first one will be the Player of the Game awards for this game. Then the All-Star awards take into account the whole of the weekend.
Technical moment. So shall now hand you over to the Royal Lioness Bay Andrews for the All-Star presentations.
So we're going to do the All-Star presentations first, because there's been an issue with the Player of the Game awards.
But the awards are still in the office. So my lovely colleague is just going to run around and get them. So we'll do the All-Stars first. Professional. So again, second year of the All-Star Awards. They've been voted for by our coaches and our commentators and our media team, which is no guest. Just want to say a big thanks to those guys for all the hard work this weekend, making sure that we get commentary and all our listeners and watchers at home to get a good experience. First up, we have got All-Star Team Forward.
So it'll be the forward All-Star to be announced first. Lily Endicott will take that one, and I mean that hat-trick there would certainly have helped, no doubt about that, but she's a fantastic talent. Aside from that, it was probably always going to go to either her or Ellie Wallace. The pair of them very much leading the Topcats this season in points, but very well deserved to what is a fantastic talent in women's hockey.
Okay, next up we've got our All-Star Defence.
So now will be the defence.
One, and this year that goes to Grace Cooper.
This one goes to Grace Cooper, but of course Grace has been led away to the hospital, so somebody will... Oh, she's back. Well, that's good news. She is okay, so she hasn't gone to a hospital. So she left the ice on a stretcher, but she is walking across to receive her trophy, and that is quite possibly the most heartwarming moment of this playoff finals weekend, and very thoroughly deserved award for her. She has been outstanding throughout this weekend and throughout the regular season, and I'm delighted for Grace that she has got this award, and I say, a great moment to know she is okay. She's walking and she's been helped over, but Faye Andrews just checking she's okay. But yeah, a very well-deserved award, and she's been brought over to the timekeeping bench there. To a warm round of applause, to say quite possibly the most heartwarming moment of the whole weekend, really.
2024 All-Star netminder for Women's National Division 1.
That's for a goalie, Amali Easton. I don't think that's a surprise. She's again been outstanding and led her team to the playoff win. And what's been a busy weekend for Marley, so I would agree with those selections. I think absolutely spot on.
Time for Player of the Game Awards.
Now we've got the Player of the Game Awards. So the All-Star Awards are for the performance across the weekend. So for example, Swindon and Kingston have played in 2 games. There was the semi-finals yesterday and the final today. But of course, players from both Bristol and Firebees would have been included in that as well. And Melissa Veal then gets the award for the Diamonds, and very well deserved for her. Nice to see her going over to Nora Egri, Ellie Wallace and Lily Endicott there. All 3 of the Topcats forward players there, congratulating her. And then for the Player of the Game award for the Topcats then. Got to be Lily, surely. Yeah, Lily Endicott. Very well deserved to Lily. That's the 2nd award she has taken away, but a great performance from her. But I know she'll be quick to recognise the input from her teammates. She's very unselfish like that, and she knows she's an important piece in what is a very good team. And again, she shakes hands with a leadership group of the Diamonds. A lot of nice respect there between both sides. And it's going to be Ellie Wallace then. This is your moment, the 2nd time this weekend. And she will receive the playoff trophy handed to her by Faye Andrews. It's a double for the Topcats. So Ellie Wallace then with the trophy. Okay, Ellie, do your thing for a 2nd time this weekend. The Swindon Topcats then, the playoff champions of 2023-2024. They do the double, and it's very well deserved. And what has been a successful and brilliant season by the Topcats. They're going to collect their hats and their medals. We're going to leave these pictures on for you in the background. But I'm going to take a break before we get the Elite League game underway, the Elite League final. But congratulations once again to the Swindon Topcats. Very well deserved.